Scottie Pippen is going crazy about Michael Jordan, saying bad things about Michael Jordan again.
Yeah, this is just getting...
He's just killing him.
It's just getting, frankly, kind of sad on Scottie's
Kind of.
part.
Yeah,
It's not even... No one's taking him seriously. He's going on random podcasts. To me, it's like... And, Michael said in that big, Last Dance documentary, if there's no Michael Jordan without Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
Like, Michael gave him his accolades.
Yeah.
And I think Scottie's still bitter somewhat over money.
Yeah, because he never...
Yeah, Scottie signed a terrible contract.
And
Which
that
was
on him. That was recorded in that documentary, Last Dance. They talked about, and he did that. He signed a bad contract.
That was on him.
That's right. Yeah.
I think Scottie's always been kind of angry that he felt, he didn't get his due.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I've only seen the headlines, Kelly, but apparently he was asked, like Biggie said on a podcast, I think he said LeBron statistically might be better than Michael Jordan when all is said and done.
He did.
But then he referred to Michael Jordan as a, quote, horrible player.
He said, when you look at it from a statistical perspective, it's LeBron James as the GOAT. And then he said, I don't believe that there is a great player because our game is a team game and one player can't do it. I seen Michael Jordan play before I came to play with the Bulls. You guys seen him play. He's a horrible player. He was horrible to play with. He was all one-on-one. His shooting was shooting bad shots. All of a sudden, we became a team and we start winning. Everybody forgot what he was. Now, wait a minute. He was not a bad player before Scottie Pippen got there.
He was a star on a not great team.
My God. I mean, he was the star. He couldn't get it done by himself when they
didn't
added
get to
Pippen.
the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. He didn't win a championship, and I don't even know if he won any series before Pippen got there. I know he had a legendary game against Bird and the Celtics. He scored like 63 points, but they lost. They lost the game in overtime.
Is this one of those things where if you just read the words, you maybe not get his tone, or is that it is what it is?
I don't know. I think it is what it is because he and Jordan have kind of falling out since that documentary.
And Biggie knows more about this too, and I think Biggie might be talking to a P1 on the phone, but there's some sort of bizarre faction where I think one of Michael Jordan's kids is dating one of Scottie Pippen's exes.
That's correct.
Yeah, he's dating Larissa Pippen, and they were married. And I guess she was on like a Basketball Wives, kind of did a reality thing.
Yeah,
and they had a nasty split. But he's been talking bad about Jordan since that documentary.
That documentary showed Pippen, well, two bad things about Pippen. He signed the bad contract, and then in one game after Jordan left, Pippen wouldn't come off the bench to shoot a big, like they were going to have
for a final play.
Yeah, Kukoc was going to shoot the last shot in a playoff game. Pippen hated it and stayed on the bench, and then said on the documentary, "I stand by that. I would have stayed. I'd still stay on the bench." And he looked terrible doing that. He's a former guest on this program. He stood right there where Dave Aiken
shook his hand.
That's right.
Do you think he could come back now and say this is a horrible radio show? Because he said it was good at the time.
Is he revisiting all his old milestones?
I hope not. My God, we don't want that. Sal, you wanted to talk about Scottie Pippen. Go ahead.
Oh, yes. P1 South in Raleigh.
Thank
nice
you.
to talk to you guys.
Thank you.
I'm a big fan.
Thank you.
Of the show, of course. I'm joking.
Look at that.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, but no, that's I was telling the Biggie. I think, Scottie's just a little butthurt about one of MJ's sons dating his first lady.
You do think that's it, yeah. He said he was okay with that, but maybe he might be butthurt. I see your face.
I just don't buy it because he's been complaining about, I think, if anything, it's the fact that Jordan, after playing, has gone on to make bukus of money.
Yeah, and Pippen has not.
Pippen has not. I mean, the only reason we talked to him was he was here pushing elbow cream.
All right.
I mean, look, MJ wasn't.
We all have elbows.
Okay. Is there a problem
He was
with
here
that?
pushing Chinese elbow cream.
Okay. But have you tried that Chinese elbow cream?
No one has.
That's the best Chinese elbow cream there is. Remember, I said to him, why are you here? He's like, Chinese elbow cream. I said, the floor is yours. This is the best.
I mean, Michael Jordan's doing interviews in, mansions making $250 million a year still.
From Nike
and his shoes.
Yep.
And Scottie's reduced to going on podcasts that you've never heard of.
Yep.
Just basically talking crap about Jordan to get his name back out there.
Do you think there had to have been a Pippen shoe, right? Because everybody had a shoe.
I guess.
There was a Pippen shoe.
There had to be.
Yeah.
Because tons of stars had their own shoes.
But everybody bought the Jordan.
Well,
I mean, how those sales are going to go. That was that movie Air was very interesting to see how Jordan was the first, at least according to the movie, to his mother said he gets a piece of every shoe sold. He gets a monetary piece of it. And it wasn't like that. And they almost nixed the deal over that. They were like, oh, it's not done that way.
Yeah.
Like, well, it is for my son. And they did it. They did it.
And I'll tell you, I think Pippen's jealous about money and just jealous in general how he's looked at. Because in that same interview, they said, do you think you'll ever speak to Michael again? And he said no.
Man, that's too bad.
Yeah,
they
so
really,
I think he's just...
that's unfortunate.
Are we approaching any milestones of... I mean, they're all retired. They're all in the Hall of Fame.
Well, they both made like the top 75 list for the NBA, I believe.
They could get together back for that.
I bet they play them at different ends of the...
If they do. Or if Scottie gets bumped from that list.
Oh, my. Oh, he could.
Because, I mean, there's been a lot of players added since...
it's true.
Since Scottie was there.
Jordan ain't getting bumped from that list.
No.
We know that. There's one more.
Jordan ain't.
Settle
down,
My
Davis.
take on it.
Jordan ain't getting bumped.
From nothing.
Don't you bump yours.
Over my dead body.
Pippen be a little butthurt all he wants. He ain't gonna
Bump him.
Bump him if he wants to. But he's a friend. I loved him when he was in here that day pushing that Chinese elbow.
Nice guy.
He's very, very nice. Here's the piece of baseball sports dirt that is just fantastic. Pete Alonso is an outfielder for the New York Mets.
Good hitter.
Very good hitter. That's right. Been on the team for 4 years. Played college baseball for the Florida Gators. Mets drafted him in 2016. Now he's been on the team for 4 years. He was asked a story on one of these podcasts. I said, what's your most memorable at-bat? Here's the issue. They were playing a game. He mistimed his coffee. Dave, you can speak to this.
Okay, yes.
Coffee makes you go to the bathroom. You know this, right?
Yeah.
It makes you, it's like a laxative.
Yes, it warms the cockles of your heart.
He said,
and below.
This is Pete Alonso, the New York Mets player, said he drank the coffee too close to game time. So he's batting in the top of the second, and he's like, I have got to take a dump so badly. He knew. He's like, I'm swinging at the first pitch no matter what. And he said, no matter what
I
happens.
got to get out of the batter's box.
Yeah, and it winds up, well, he hits a home run. And let me tell you some great sports knowledge here. Whoever the podcaster is at the end of this is very, very impressive.
I mistimed my pregame coffee, and then I'm running, doing my sprints, and then I throw. In the middle of the first inning, I'm like, goodness gracious. So I was hitting the top of the second. I was leading off the inning, and I said, I don't care where this pitch is. This at-bat is ending first pitch. Because I need to go. And then first pitch, I get a hanging slider, and then I deposit it in the seats. And then as soon as I touch home plate, it was like it's straight to the bathroom. No high fives, straight to the bathroom. Dude, honestly, if I had to run the base, I would have gotten picked off on purpose or something because
Hey, like that. He would have gotten picked off on purpose, giving up the out.
I have got to take an S.
Got to go take a dump.
There goes Alonso, not known as a base stealer.
Oh, he's out by a mile.
Took that hanging slider.
Yeah.
Okay, here's where the podcaster is unbelievable. He's told that whole story.
I would have had to go so bad.
I bet that home run was the one in Cincinnati off of Hunter Green.
Yep, that's it. That's the one.
How does he know? How does he know? This happened a while back.
You could tell by the look in his face.
I knew.
That look in his eye.
He must have known.
Special trot.